can't put all the blame on our president. People have to understand that Barack Obama is afraid for his life. He's afraid for his family's life. Even though he had absolute power given by George Bush, put in law, the bill passed, that the president of wartime has absolute power. He didn't need Congress, he didn't need the Senate. He can pass any bill that he wants to, but he's afraid for his life. That's why he's always talking about bipartisanship. Why? He don't need them. If he wanted to pass a bill, he could pass it. It's just that simple. He has the power. But people have to understand he's afraid for his life. Just like the other people that are righteous and want to do good for the people. They're afraid for their lives. But a secret society, and the way things are handled, they're afraid. Because if they speak out too much, they know that their life will end. You know, that's why there probably will never be any more Kennedys. There'll never be any more Dr. Kings, and Malcolm X's, and Black Panther parties, and all the other parties that were out there at the time. You know, Asian American parties, different groups, so many different groups that came together during the 60s and were disbanded when they got a little piece of what was really wanted and needed. Still fighting the same fight 40 years later, and still inequality. Why? Because the people gave up the fight too early. We still fighting in other countries, occupying other countries. The United States is nothing but Germany in the 40s. That's what's going on. They're following the same pattern that Hitler did. And eventually the empire will fall. But it's going to only fall from the people. But I'll tell you this, it will ever blow this country up and destroy all things and all the people on it, then relinquish that power and their wealth. Believe that. If you don't believe me, let it be an uprising. You think the National Guard is going to fight with us? No. You think the army is going to fight with the people? No. You think the police are going to fight with the people? No. All these people have been brainwashed to fight against their own interests. Like I said before, there's millions and billions of dollars being spent on secret bunkers, hideaways, fallout shelters, in mountains, underwater, underground. What are they planning that for? All for 2012 Mayan prophecy? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think so. It's for nuclear war. The Cold War started all over again. They're picking with all these little countries. They're ready to flex their muscle and blow people up with no retaliation. I don't think so. Homeland Security. You say the wrong things and you disappear. Be held illegally against your rights and against your will. Nobody knows where you're at. They just come get you, take you away. They might try to come take you away. They think I'm a terrorist. And all I'm preaching is love. Love. Love for your fellow man. Enough love for a fellow man that we stand together and get rid of what's wrong. Is that terrorism? That we live in a country where our government, it's time for our government to be overthrown. We glorify and televise regimes around the world that are crumbling, and people are coming together, but is not allowed to happen in the United States. Seriously? Is it not time for them to go? Is it not time for that secret society to relinquish its control over all things? A country where alcohol and tobacco kills, but someone makes a profit off of it. And a drug like marijuana that has never been reported as, not one death has ever been reported by its use, and is a healing herb, is illegal. It's not fair, it's not right. It's ridiculous. I mean, people are going to jail for small amounts of it. But people die from alcohol and manufacturing it. Nobody goes to jail. Nobody goes to jail when a woman or a man, when a person develops cancer from smoking. Nobody goes to jail for that. Birth defects, children coming out deformed. Who pays for that? No one. But you can smoke a little jet, marijuana cigarette, and go to jail. It's not right. Like I said, I wish that you guys can see my hour-long video. It's so much more in depth, so much more in tune. All I know is that we have to come together and get it right. The people have to learn to love one another, love their fellow man as themselves, show charity, and be humble with one another. That's the only way we're going to survive. That's the only way this country is going to survive what's being planned for the little people. If you don't believe me, did anybody go to jail from bursting under housing bubbles? Did anybody go to jail from them getting $1.4 billion and none of it was repaid back? And all they did was disperse the money to CEOs, the same people that lost the money, just got the money back, which was promised back to him from George Bush. If you look at the movie 9/11, people would know that it was already planned. It was already planned. The whole 9/11 explosion, inside job. George Bush said invest, and if things go wrong, the federal government will bail you out. Then comes the patsy, Barack Obama, takes all the blame, everything is blamed on him. Poor Barack. He didn't know what he was getting himself into. But I don't understand how he didn't know. He's a college graduate from Harvard, right? One of them Ivy League schools. You should know his history. You know, you try to do good for the people, you die. It's that plain and simple. You die or you go to jail. You have to be hushed. You can't change status quo. Where wealth rules the world, which is BS, because love is supposed to rule the world. And as soon as people in this country realize that, the better off we'll be. The only way this nation is going to grow is as one, not separate, not as the white race, not as the black race, not as the Asian race, but as one, the human race. That's the only way we're going to grow. That's the only way we're going to beat what they have in store for us. So I pray that people start praying, find their God, talk to their God, become more in tune with their spiritual self. Let God and let love in, not just in your spirit, but in your heart and in your mind. And let's come together and make this world, this country, for the people. Otherwise, none of us will be here except for those greedy, evil, wicked ones that's plotted and created the disaster that is yet to come. And if you don't believe me, do the research yourself. Do it yourself. And you'll see. No one race can do it by themselves. Occupy. It's all white people. Black people, we gotta come together. We gotta get out there. And they knew that it would be shut down because winter is so cold out. They knew people weren't gonna stay out there but so much longer. So I hope after the weather breaks that people will back out there full force, 10 times stronger. Because if we don't, oh man, I'm telling you, people wake up, open your eyes. It's extermination time. And we're the bugs, the little people. They don't care if you eat. They don't even care if you survive, as long as they make their money.